Hey friends, it's Hope, and today I am here to do a non-spoiler book review over Until Friday Night by Abbi Glines. I believe she is known for more of her adult fiction books. This is classified as a YA, and I actually had some very torn emotions and feelings about this read, and I'm kind of excited to talk to you guys about my thoughts. So this book is told in dual perspectives. We follow West, who is that stereotypical, like really good looking and popular high school football player. He is kind of a jerk, but he has that rough around the edges type of feel because he's dealing with a lot of personal stuff back at home, and he doesn't have anybody to really confide in, and so he kind of just builds up that hard exterior wall. We find out at the beginning of the book that his father is actually dying of cancer, and there is nothing that the doctors can do anymore, so he just has a lot of emotional and personal things going on at home, and it's making him the person that he currently is in this book. And then our other character that we follow, her name is Maggie. She is a mute, and she decided a couple years ago that after she witnessed her father kill her mother, that after she testified against her father, that she was just not going to speak anymore. Now she is living with her aunt and uncle and cousin. And her cousin's name is Brady, and he just so happens to be friends with West, who is kind of like our tortured, good-looking football player. And naturally, they find that their unlikely friendship will help them out and benefit the both of them in ways that they never saw coming. So of course, the synopsis had me hooked. I love me a good YA love story, especially when they're overcoming adversity. I had a few issues with the book though, and I do want to talk about those first and then get to what I loved. My biggest issue with this book was the fact that there were a lot of overused YA tropes in this book. So to start it off, we have the bad boy and good girl trope. And then we have the we're just gonna be just friends trope. And then we're gonna have the one person in the relationship becomes so dependent on the other that things start to collapse because the person is so possessive and needy. But with that said, if you can overlook those overused YA themes and tropes, I think that you guys would really enjoy this story for a few reasons. And some of those reasons are the characters. While you will probably dislike a lot of the characters at the beginning of this book, Abbi Glines did such a great job with building up their character and giving them redeemable qualities and giving them an opportunity to shine in the most appropriate places in the book. So for example, our main character, West, he is a jerk at the beginning of this book and you cannot stand him. But Abbi Glines gives us a glimpse into his life back at home and scenes with his father, and that was just so touching. I really enjoyed those moments that he was with his family and we got to see a completely different side of him. And then with Maggie, I love how she wrote Maggie's character because we got to see Maggie's innermost thoughts. Because she's not speaking, we see how she communicates and lives day by day without actually speaking to anybody, and I really enjoyed that. Of course, I did like their unlikely friendship, but just like I said at the beginning of the book, us readers know that when two really cute main characters say that they're just gonna be just friends, we all know that they're going to get together. Like, let's just be real. For the most part, I really enjoyed their love story and the relationship until I found out that this story took place in like 30 days. It was a month span worth of time, which really freaked me out at first because West and Maggie, they moved pretty dang quick. Things started to get a little possessive, and I'm really glad how their relationship and their friendship ended at the end of this book because I would have been very seriously concerned for younger girls who might read this book and think that how relationships are supposed to go, or that's like an okay and healthy relationship. But Abbi Glines did a great job at really building up their friendship to the point where then they were involved and issues arise, and then how to overcome those issues in a healthy way. What I also loved about this book was the side characters were just a little bit more than side characters. Of course, they are not appearing in the book as much as Maggie and West, but we do get to learn a little bit about them, and especially towards the end of the book, you have a really soft spot for a couple of them in your heart, which makes me think that Abbi Glines may write these books as companion novels. So I really hope that we do get some companion novels because there are definitely some side characters in this book that I would love to see more of. I will say that Until Friday Night definitely had like a borderline NA type of feel. If you guys don't know what NA stands for, it's new adult. But because our characters are in high school and they're a little bit younger, I guess I understand why it's considered YA. There was just a lot more language and a lot more sexual activity in this book than I have read previously in other YA fiction novels. So just be warned that if you are a younger reader and you like to read YA, that there's going to be probably a little bit more language and, like I said, a little bit more sexual activity in this read than maybe ones that you have previously read. Overall, I ended up really enjoying this book. Like I said, I only had a few problems with the overused themes and kind of how quick things went. But with that said, I ended up rating this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely read more of Abbi Glines' material, especially if she decides to make some companion novels. Alright friends, well that wraps it up for my non-spoiler book review over Until Friday Night by Abbi Glines. Let me know below if you guys have read this book and what your thoughts were. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye!